Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so who loves to shop and save money at the same time? That would be me. Anyway, you guys, in this video I will be doing my own nails. This is the first time I've used this kit. You can purchase it at your local Walmart, maybe a beauty supply store. I haven't seen it in one as of yet, or Amazon, if whichever you so desire. But this kit is under, I think it was like 12 something that when I purchased it. I think it's like a little bit cheaper on Amazon, but it comes with your activator. It comes with this little scoop cup little thingy to pour this dipping powder, your dipping powder into. And by the way, y'all, this is a dip powder nail kit. I failed to mention that first. And this is the brush on gel that you use to put your tips onto your finger. And it also comes with your nails. Of course, you have white tips, a choice of white tips, and a choice of natural tips to choose whichever you so desire. And it also comes with this little spongy that you use to brush off excess dip as you're applying it to your fingers, as you will see later on in the video. It also has 2 extra brushes when your gel decides it wants to harden for whatever reason. But yeah, it comes with 2 of those, and also comes with a cuticle push backer thingy stick thing and a buffer and nail file, and also of course the instructions, which I did not follow. I actually watched a YouTube video of someone using this kit, so that's basically what I followed. If you would like to read the directions, they are in there for you to use. So as you can see, we're starting off with opening up the nails. I decided to go with the natural look. I really don't like using white tips, so I don't know if I will ever use them, but I may, since I do have them. But I did set my sizes, I set out my sizes off camera because it took me a minute to do so. And now I'm just going to file down my natural nail just a little bit, because you want to make sure you still have a little bit of nail left on your finger for the tip to have something to stick to. That's one thing I learned in watching the video that I watched. This is not a tutorial. This is just me doing my nails, and I wanted to show you guys. So I'm going to use this particular cuticle pushbacker thingy. I don't know the exact name for it, but that's what it's going to be for today. So I'm using this. I think I got this set from Walmart, I think. So I preferred using this over the one that came with the kit. So now I'm just going to use this blade thingy. Doing this, it helps to apply your nail better, whether you're doing acrylic or using the brush on gel like I'm about to do when it comes to applying artificial nails to your fingers. So yeah, guys, I'm always nervous using one of these things. I usually have a cuticle softener that I would use to help remove these a little bit easier. So I did that, and I'm just checking everything out, make sure everything's fine. And of course I found another little piece that needed to come off. So as you can see, that's what I'm currently doing. Okay, so now that we have that done, I'm going to go through with the buffer, and I'm going to remove all of the shine off of my natural nail. Once again, this is another tip into nail application. You want to make sure all the shine is off of your natural nail so that the glue can stick better to your nails. And then I'm just going to go through, well, not yet, I'm going to pour this dipping powder into the little clear cup that came with the kit. At first I didn't pour all of it in there because I wasn't sure of how much I was supposed to put in there. I just poured enough, what I thought would be what I thought I needed to do my nails. I can't talk, y'all, but Anyway, I ended up pouring all of it in there. Like I said, I did not read the instructions on the paper. I followed the video, but in the video that I watched, she poured all of it in there, but I had to go back to the video so I could reference that. But anyway, guys, so I'm doing that, and we're getting ready to get these nails on fleek. Did I just say that? Okay, so now that we have that done, I'm going to take this brush on gel and apply it to the bottom tip of the nails. So with that, we can get this ball rolling. And y'all keep in mind, I was doing this and I had to be somewhere that day, so I was kind of in a rush. And for me to be doing this for the first time, yeah, so yeah, I'm just going to apply the gel glue, that's what it is, to each nail as I apply it to my fingertips. And you want to make sure you don't put too much, but enough so that it can stick to your fingers. And I tried to at least hold it on there for 5 to 10 seconds, maybe 10, because I just wanted to be sure that it was on there good. But yeah, and I kind of squeezed down the sides to make sure the sides were glued very well. But I didn't have a problem with it fitting my fingers because my fingers are kind of wide. So if the tips weren't too big, I didn't have to shape them before applying them to my nails for them to fit properly. So here comes the fun part for me. So when you're progressing along and applying nails, well, let me just rewind. Back in the day, I used to apply artificials to my nails, but that was just adding the glue to the nail and putting it on my entire finger. I did none of these steps before ever in my life. So yeah, so have you ever applied a nail to your finger and they were too long and it became harder to put them on the other nails? Yeah, so this is where this was beginning to happen. Normally I would just use a finger that didn't have a nail on it yet to help me pick up the next nail, especially if they are too long as these are. So yeah, that helps me out a lot, but y'all, it can get difficult, like, yeah. So now that we got all of those applied, I had no idea really what kind of shape I want. Well, I did have an idea. I know I didn't want a round shape. I didn't want to keep it as square as the nails were already, so I wanted to kind of keep it square, but a little bit more narrow. Yeah, a little bit more narrow. So I'm going through, and I don't have one of those nail cutters. Y'all, you hear my baby in the background. This is as real as a voiceover is gonna get. But anyway, yeah, I don't have one of those nail cutters. I will eventually get me one for the next time I do my nails. But anywho, I'm using my nail clipper, and I'm using the one that goes straight across and not with the little dip like some of them have. And I'm basically just going through and I'm clipping the nails a little bit on each side of the nail, and then I'm going in the middle and clipping that down, if that makes sense. I didn't want to cut too much, so I'm like cutting little by little. So I cut because I didn't want to make a mistake and cut it down too short. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I'm just going through and making sure they are the shape that I desire. And so once I finish that, I'm going to go through and file it to kind of even out the shape and make it look like it's gonna look. Okay, now that we got those squared away, get it squared away, corny. But anyway, now that we got those shaped, kind of shaped, I'm just gonna go to the other hand and do those the same way and kind of do how they do at the nail salon when they compare, when they compare thumbs and fingers to make sure that you're cutting them around to the same length. So that's what I'm doing now, making sure they're all the same height. Okay, so now that we got those to the length that I want them, now I'm going to take the nail clippers and I'm going to kind of clip just less than ½ an inch off. Like I said, I didn't want them to be as square as they came in the pack, so I'm being very gentle as to not cut too much off. But yeah, I'm just going on each side and cutting off just a little bit, and then go through with my file to finish shaping. Okay, so now that we're done shaping and I got them to my liking, I'm going to go in with the gel glue and apply that to each nail. By starting off, I start off in the middle of my finger and brush upward, and once I do that, then I'm going to stick my finger in the dipping powder and hold it in there for about 5 seconds, I think, and then tap off the excess powder and then let that kind of dry for about 12 seconds or so. And then I'm going to take this little spongy that I mentioned in the beginning of the video and brush off the excess powder. You want to wait, like you want to make sure that you take that extra 12 seconds to allow it to kind of dry, because if you start using that sponge to brush off the excess before you do that, it will mess up the gel on the nail. I kind of had that kind of happen to me later on in the video. But yeah, so make sure you allow it to dry a little bit after you tap off the excess powder before brushing off the excess powder. And now I forgot to go through and buff each nail before applying the gel, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm just going through and applying the gel to each nail. Yeah, and I failed to mention that, like I said, when I start in the middle of my finger and brush upward, and then the next time I do it, I go below from each spot that I last started at. So you brush from the middle up and go below that, brush up and apply more, go below that, brush up and apply more until you get to the very end of your nail, which is right at your cuticle. And you want to be careful when you get to your cuticle and applying the gel, because it's glue. Remember that. So if it gets on your skin, the powder is going to stick to your skin. So make sure the closer you get to your cuticle that you are paying attention very closely and when applying the gel. Okay guys, here's where I was talking about earlier. If you don't wait long enough for the gel to dry before you brush off the excess powder, it'll end up looking like this, but no worries, it still came out looking okay. Okay, so now that we have that all done, nails are looking pretty good. We're getting there. Okay, all right, okay. But yeah, so now I'm going to go in with the activator. This is to help harden the nail even more. See my brush flying away. I had to turn my fan on because I thought it would have a strong smell, but I don't think it did, because I never smelled anything even after I turned the fan off. But yeah guys, so you're just going to go through with the activator and apply it to your nail as you would nail polish, and make sure that you brush across the top part of your nail as you see that I'm doing. Get all the sides, everywhere that glue was applied, to make sure that your nail is intact. now that I am completing that, now that I have completed that, I'm just going to place my hands in front of the fan and kind of let it dry a little bit quicker. And then I'm going to take my file and go through and finish shaping my nail as I desire. Trying to make sure that I get it. I was trying to make sure that I got it the way I really wanted it to be. I actually went off camera and it kind of dug in with the files, so I wouldn't be so focused on trying to keep my hands in the camera, because like I said, I was in a rush, so I was trying to get it done and hurry up and finish, because I knew I couldn't wash my hands or anything like that to try to finish getting ready. I knew these nails had to be done before I left home. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and they were filed to my liking. And then I'm just going to take the buffer and I'm going to go through each nail and take away any shine that may have appeared. Okay, now that I'm finished buffing, I'm going to go back in with some more applicator. The directions said to do so, but I did say I did not read the directions, but the video that I watched on the lady doing her nails is what she said. So that's what I'm doing, and I turned my fan off this time because I wasn't smelling anything. So yeah, I did that and it applied way better. I think the fan was drying it faster than it needed to be while I was trying to polish it. But anyway, I'm just going to go through each finger and I'm going to finish applying this applicator. Okay, so now that we're done with all of that, now I'm going to go in with my polish. I was going to use a regular polish and top it off with a gel coat. To be able to do that, you would have to let your normal polish dry 100% completely before you apply a gel on top of it for it to be able to work together. But for some reason, my top coating polished brush, it was broken for whatever reason, so I just ended up going through each nail with the base coat and then curing 30 to 60 seconds afterwards. So I was finding out that my polish had like a sticky consistency to them because I kept having to cure like at least more than twice, and it was still kind of feeling not fully dry. But I think it was because of the fact that you know, some polishes have like that tacky type feeling. So I ended up going over my nail, each nail with a cotton swab with alcohol, and that did the trick. So now I'm just applying cuticle oil to my fingers to make everything nice and smooth. And here you have it, you guys, your own home dipping powder nail set. $12. Save some cash. Do it yourself. It is very easy, guys. So hope you enjoyed.